Hi, my name is Walter from iSystems, and I'm here to give you guys a demonstration of the trading system platform. It is always to remember that past performance is not indicative of future results, so always keep that in mind and be sure to read all of our disclaimers all over the website to familiar yourself with how we calculate and do all of our testing. We've set up the website where it's full transparency to you, the client. You will have full control over the trading to start and stop the system at any time. We do list a number of details here, and as you go through it, you'll find that there's quite a bit of information. Here's our top 10 page. This shows the current session, and this is all live. It'll show current positions. We also show the previous session. We show last month, last year, and then also since inception of the systems. You can go in and explore the different systems, looking at all of the back-tested hypothetical performance trading results. Right now we're running 447 different systems, and so you can sort by swing systems, intraday systems, which are pure day trading systems. You're going to also notice lots of different foreign markets, and so we cover a wide range of different markets on the platform. You can also filter the systems and customize your table, and so you can go in as a quick filter and say, I would like to see only the crude oil and the E-mini systems, and I want to go back to only what has been, let's just say, profitable for the last 3 months, and so it'll automatically sort out of the 75 different systems. 39 of them have been profitable over the last 3 months. And so what's important about being able to sort the different systems is being able to really find what's going to work with your risk profile. Every system will have a different risk profile associated with it, and so it's important to understand what that profile is to meet what your goals are in the market. So every system here, as you pull it up, is going to be exactly the same as far as the format. And one thing that's very important to explain is all of these systems are on our servers. And so when someone submits a system to us, they have to submit the code. They're not sending us signals. We generate all of the performance on our own. And so we break it down to you knowing that everything is done the exact same way as far as back testing. Here, as this example, it is here's the developer. It's a gold system. It's a swing system, which means it'll hold a position overnight. The charge is $150 per month, and that's the lease fee on a monthly basis. What happens is we do prorate that for you, the client. So at the end of the month, if it's the 15th of the month, and you start trading the system, at the end of the month, we'll pull $75 for the month before, then $150 for the next month. So we prorate it going in. Once the fees are pulled out, we cannot prorate going out. But then you have access to the system the entire time. Here, we get into all sorts of different statistics, and I think it's important to understand the statistics to find, again, what's going to work for what you're looking for. We've got the total P&L since inception. We've got since we've tracked it, since we've been live, the worst drawdown, which is something to always consider, and you should be looking at it first to understand if the risk associated with the system is going to work for you, the suggested capital, and the required capital. And everything has definitions as you scroll over. So here the suggested capital comes up with what we're looking at. The required capital is the bare minimum of what needs to be in the account in order to be able to take the positions. So when we look at suggested and required capital, a lot of people look at that as margin, which is fine, but the required capital can be higher than the position overnight because we take into consideration full margin and then also what the worst session is. And so, in some cases, if you drop below required capital, you might have the margin, but per the rules of our platform, you don't have the risk associated with the cash in order to take the position. And then here, again, everything is full automation. And so when you start or stop a system or the platform does for you, you will receive emails of everything that happens of, when you do this. Here, there's a lot more statistics that you can get into. I kind of encourage people to go in, familiar yourself with all of these things. You can dive a little bit deeper in the risk profile, the current drawdown, the best session, the worst session. Here, when we do our testing, because you guys are going to notice there's 3 different color schemes here. So in January of this year is when the system was loaded on our computers. And then we did the back testing. When we back test, we take into consideration the commission, which is, hold on a second, which is $12.50 a side all in, so 25 a round turn. We take into consideration the cost of the system, and then we list all the P&L using slippage in the market as well. So this is all hypothetical. So here you can see the very first day of the month, we pull $150 out of the account. This isn't like before where there's credit cards or anything like that. We actually deduct the FCM account directly. Then we list all the trade by trades, and so it's going to show you every single trade that we've done. And again, in the white is all hypothetical, so you can go back and, well, what happened in, you know, April of 2012? It'll show you the trades. We also list the trade log, and so this is the actual trades that we're posting to the site. And as you notice here, the platform goes from white to tan to green. Tan is when no one is trading the system and we are essentially paper trading it. So we still take into consideration slippage, which is the difference between where the system says you get filled and your price. So if I had a buy stop at 10 and the market is 10 bid at 11, I'm filled at 11, that's 1 point of slippage. And so we take that in consideration as we do the back test. The slippage number is made up of the 50-day, basically a 50-day moving average of what we've seen in the market trading gold futures. The green is actual client trading, and so now we've got people that are actually trading the system, and we capture their fills. And so again, you can see here, first day of the month, the fees come out, and we list every single trade by trade. And the way we do that in the trade log is we show the hypothetical price, we show the average price, we show the best and the worst fill across every client around the world, and then we'll actually show you what the slippage is. So sometimes we get positive slippage, sometimes we get negative slippage, but we always use the average price. There's no advantage from one client over the other. We fire all orders independently. It's not block trading. And so here, you can then compare your fills to what we're doing here, because I always kind of tell people, this is trading, we're trading systems. Anything in the world of investing, you don't know whether you're going to make money or lose money, but it's more confidence in the platform to know, my trading, if I'm following the signals trade by trade, will line up with what we're posting on the website, whether it's good or whether it's bad. We also do give you the ability to download the spreadsheet. So you can download the spreadsheet of every single trade that we've ever seen or tested on this particular system. We also do post the session log. This is also another important place where it'll show you exactly what the fills were, the best, the worst. Again, you've got positive, negative slippage, and we also provide the spreadsheet as well. So we really try to dive into being as transparent as possible to the client, to yourself, so you can follow along with what you do. Going back here to my systems, and so here, this is the systems that I'm running right now. And you can see that it's updating real time. I've got a DAX system, I've got a gold system, and a wheat future system. It shows you what my balance is, and remember the total required capital. That's the sum of all three of these systems, and then it'll show my buying power. And so, this is where a client can be as aggressive as they want to be, or they can be less aggressive as they want to be. It's really up to them to make the decision, because you can start and stop these systems at any time as you trade. We'll do that right now. So here, let's say I go to the top 10, and we'll just look at this first system. It's currently in a position, and it shows an error stop. We show this on the top 10 basis because we want to show people kind of what's happening live in the real time. Here, so if you pull up the system, and all the names are very interesting. We have developers all over the world, and so remember, the code is sent to our servers, and that's the only way you get on our platform. If a developer decides to make any sort of changes to their code, we have to approve it. We have to look at what they're doing. Is it a material change, or is it something small? From there, if it's a material change, then we will you'll see different versions of the same system. We'll still keep the old system. We'll post a new version and give it a different version number, but then all the numbers will reset as far as tracking and back testing. So here, instantly, the DAX futures, it's a pure intraday system. It's $70 a month, We can see again how long it's been tracked, how long the P&L is, how long, what the drawdown suggested and required capital. So here again, as we look at this system, we see that's back tested. It was loaded in October. The tan is the tracked, and we show since tracked it was up this much, and then we show live P&L since we've been trading it since the 21st of December or January. So we didn't show live trading in January because we need an entire month of trading in order for us to post the entire month in green. So here we've been live trading for the last 4 months or so. So let's say we decide we want to trade this system. It's a two-step process for you. You want to unlock the system. You want to buy the lease. So here you're going to agree to pay $70 a month. You can pick the number of units. They also have a flex plan. And so as you trade more units, we bring down the cost. So instead of paying $700 for 10 units, you'll pay $440. So here I want to trade 1 unit. I'm going to subscribe to it. So now here's what you're agreeing to, and I encourage everyone before you actually accept the disclaimer to please read the disclaimer, and it'll explain to you in a little more detail. But now I've accepted the fact that I'll pay $70 a month in order for the right to trade the system. So now I've accepted to trade the system, so I've unlocked the system, but I've not told the platform to do anything for me yet. And here it'll renew automatically at the end of the month if the system remains active. And so if it's active and you're accepting signals, then we will charge you the next month. If you are not, we do not charge you. But since we prorate going in, there's no reason to get out before the end of the month and get in the next month because every day is accounted for. But now I want to activate the system, and so it knows that it's in a system. Here's the system name. It's intraday. It's currently short. It shows you the required margin, the multiplier, and it's going to ask you, do you want to get in now? Do you want to get in if better on the next entry, or do you want to get in on the next session? The next session would be the next day. So for this purposes, I want to get in right now. Activate immediately. Again, you're accepting the disclaimer, which you have read. I activate the system, and now instantly we sold one at the market, and we are in line with the system, and all stops have been placed in the market. And you can see here's the system I just added, and it automatically places any surrounding orders. So what just happened to the entire platform? My total required capital changed instantly. So now because I added this system, I've increased it here. So now I'm in the market, and it's going to show you everything that you've done. It's going to show you your performance from, this is Eurex-based systems, and this is US-based systems. It breaks it down in much more detail, and when you are live, you'll be able to see the difference between how you're doing to the system. An example is that, let's say I'm in this second DAX system. I'm short 1. It shows me my closest order, and let's say I'm up $2,300 today. You know what? I want to stop trading. Whatever the reason is, FOMC, you want to take profits, you don't want to take the next trade, you can go in and stop immediately. Or you can say, don't take any after this current position. But for this instance, I'm going to stop immediately. You accept the disclaimer, and now it's gone in, it's bought 1, it's canceled all of the orders, and you're going to see my sheet automatically update. There goes my required capital, goes much lower. So now here, I'm out of the system, and so you can go in and start and stop the system whenever you like. We will show you on a chart once you are live the difference. So that system was making around 2,400. If it goes back to break even, you outperform the system by 2,400. If it goes on to make 3,300, it'll show that essentially it made $600 more than what you did. So there's no right answer to start and stopping systems, which is important, but it gives you full control to do this at any time within one account. So when you open an account, you're opening up one account, and it's a self-directed account, so it's not letter of direction because you have control over the platform. And so you can start and stop a system at any time without calling a broker, without getting your orders in before 8 o'clock in the morning. Everything is done in fluid, automatically. And I kind of stress the fact that it's full automation. Personally, we don't recommend that you jump in and out of systems because, when you're trading a system, you want to stick for a certain period of time or whatever your drawdown level is. But at the same time, you have the ability to do that at any time without any interference with anyone else. Every time you do start and stop a system, you will get an email confirmation of what just transpired in that time period. And so It'll show that you stopped a system or that you've got into a system. And so it's an easy way for you to, one, track what you're doing via email, but two, everything will be fully disclosed on the platform. It shows all your fills for the day. It shows what current orders are going to be working. Here are my 2 stops for 2 entries in one position that I'm in. And so you can also break this down by product, by system. And so it's really a very dynamic platform where a lot of times I have clients that will call me and ask me questions, which is great, and then I can walk them through that the answer typically is going to be on the platform in front of you, especially with the top 10 or the exploring systems. A lot of people come to me and say, well, what's the best system? It's an impossible question to answer because it depends on every single person's risk profile is different. What they're looking for, exposure in markets, is different. Their risk capital is different. And so a lot of people also like to look at systems that have a longer track record versus shorter track record. Again, we've built the platform to you as a client to be able to customize it to what your trading style might be, what you're looking to achieve might be, and everything is different. I always tell people, as you look at any system, you got to focus on the max drawdown. There's an old saying, I was a floor trader, there's a new max drawdown in front of you just like there's an equity high, and you always have to decide that as a trader not to overexpose yourself by using too much leverage in futures. For me, when I look at systems, I like to see that they've been tracked. I'm comfortable with the platform as far as the testing model, and I know I've said this a couple times, and I'll stress it one more time, that all these systems, 447 systems, are loaded on our servers, and so there's no intervention from the system developer. Again, if they want to make a change, you'll see a different version, and so that's important for us to say, okay, that one system I used to be trading, some people look for systems that are in drawdowns because they want to trade it back if it comes back to break even. Other people look at systems and say, hey, it's been doing great in this current market environment, I'm interested in that. So again, there's no right answer, but at the end of the day, as a client, it gives you full transparency, full liquidity to start and stop a system at any time. And you can see here we've got locked systems and unlocked systems. And so every time you pull up a system, it's the exact same format. And you can even sort here by start dates, by profit factors, winning sessions, worst drawdowns, which is always a number that people tend to forget about, the required capital. And so that's one thing, to touch on required capital is if I have 3 systems that are trading and they're each 5,000 required capital and I drop to 14,000, we will automatically deactivate the newest system that you have activated, and then you're sent an email explaining what happened. And so that's important that everything is automation. So if you're in a swing system and you want to or you're in an intraday system, you want to take the position overnight, you can't override the platform. All you can do is stop and start. So there's no modifying of orders or contracts, which our goal is to help you stay consistent with what we're doing on the platform. Just real quick, as far as the top 10, this is a great place to come to see what's going on in the current market trade, the previous session, the month prior, since 1 year, since inception. I do encourage you guys to reach out to AMP with any questions that you might have about the platform. We've been running the platform for a long time at this point. As you can see, we've got quite a few options. And I do encourage you to come and check out what's happening in the current session and also focusing on this top 10 page. Again, my name is Walter. Happy to give you guys a demo, and if there's any questions, please follow up with AMP in the trade desk. Thanks.
All right, Walter, would like to thank you for that presentation of AMP iSystems. For those of you that are live account holders here at AMP Futures and you're interested in getting started with iSystems, you want to go to our website, www.ampfutures.com. You can see that I'm on our front page right now. You're going to go to the Auto Trading tab and you're going to choose iSystems. Go ahead and click on that. Once it comes up, you want to go ahead and sign up today. Click on sign up, put in your information, and then we will contact you on how to complete the process. As you can see here, first of all, you'll choose your system. subscribe to the system that you want, activate it on your live account, and then start monitoring the performance. But again, make sure you click here under Sign Up Today and put in your information. And again, you'll be contacted to complete the sign up and activate this on your live account. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to email us, support@ampfutures.com, or you can give us a call, 1-800-560-1640, extension 1 for the help desk. And also we have live chat on our screen as well on our website, available 24 hours a day. Once again, thank you for attending. If you have any questions, again, don't hesitate to get in contact with us. Have a great day.